We're here at Rankin Chapel today to commemorate the 1912 visit of Abdu'l-Baha, whose speech was to really talk about the importance of race unity. And we'll be listening to James Makawa, who is the CFO of Africa Channel. He will be talking about the importance of dispelling all of the myths about the continent of Africa, and that can be done through the media.
The message underlying today is the importance of eliminating racial prejudice and the importance of striving to forge racial unity, and that's really what the talk was about today. That's what the talk back in 1912 that we're commemorating today was about, and it's very central to what the Baha'i faith is trying to accomplish.
The son of the prophet, founder of the Baha'i faith, Abdu'l-Baha, came to this very chapel on April 23rd, 1912, and gave a talk emphasizing the value of racial unity. And what we see here is those principles reaffirmed and re-energized in today's dynamic technological environment. And it was a great blessing for the Baha'i community to have Mr. Makawa speak.
Africa has its challenges, but the stories that are in Africa are mind-bending.
There is an untapped resource in Africa that either people just have been ignorant about or haven't cared to bother to find out more about, but are searching. And so by us being able to bring forth a channel like the Africa Channel, it says to the world, come on home. There are things over here that we can share with you.
The United States has reached out in many ways to many countries, but I think Africa has long had this image of being like the dark continent. So I think he helped us to see that this is this great unexplored territory. We might look to Europe, we might look to Asia and China and the Middle East even, and other parts of the world, South America, but yet we've almost had a hands-off attitude toward Africa.
As Mr. Makawa had mentioned, Africa is a continent with tremendous resources, but more importantly, there is an information resource that we are just beginning to get a taste of right now with the Africa Channel, and there are many initiatives around the country to help Americans understand the sort of diversity and the complexity of Africa in a very important way.
I don't think people think of looking to Africa as the solution normally. I think that's definitely a unique way to look at finding an answer to race relations and to sort of unite people.
The Africa Channel is a window into Africa for the Western world. We want to demystify Africa. We want to show people that there's life out there. There are some positive things happening out there, but at the same time, too, there are challenges, big challenges. But what's exciting and what's so inspirational here is that there are people in Africa who are actually moving mountains and making things happen.
He touched on the importance of there being an essential simplicity in racial unity, and just taking those opportunities that are available to us to get to know one another as human beings.
What struck me was his ability to bring alive not only the spiritual potential of Africa, but the economic potential of Africa, and in a way take away some of the stereotypes and myths that exist about Africa. That struck me and it was very powerful for me.
If I look in the area of politics, if I look in the areas of conflict resolution, if I look in the areas of agriculture, there are some exciting things going on. And I think it's just so important that by the Africa Channel beaming into the United States and across the United States, it gives people some insight and also gives them some answers.
The way he had woven together the ideas about race relations, and whether you're talking about race relations on the African continent, race relations in the U.S., or collectively relationships of humanity, because that's what the Baha'i faith talks about, humanity and how we can be in unity. And this today gave me the spirit and the uplifted nature of saying, hey, let's reach out to each other and pull together.
The United States is a culturally rich and diverse nation. Comcast supports the Baha'i community as they promote understanding among us all.
Most certainly, we live in a time where the capacity of individuals to be able to address the race issue is greater than it ever has been, and we are quite fortunate to be able to advance the cause of the oneness of mankind in a way today that is quite exhilarating.
It was just such a blessing to be in an environment with all of these like-minded people who have the same vision as us Baha'is, and that vision is to really do what we can to bring forth the oneness of mankind. It was an amazing time to feel that energy and be in that presence.